Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Tuesday, May 12, 2026. The Ethereum Foundation launches Clear Signing, Brevis releases Pico Prism 2.0, the Kelp-DAO RS-ETH recovery enters its final stages, and Aztec Foundation takes the Protocol Guild pledge. All this and more starts right after this message. ETH Daily sponsorships are now open. Reach over 10,000 Ethereum native subscribers every weekday. Learn more at ethdaily.io/sponsor. The Ethereum Foundation launched Clear Signing, an open standard designed to end blind signing, where raw hex transaction data is approved without signers being able to read what they're signing. The standard ships 4 coordinated infrastructure pieces, including an updated ERC 7730 for human readable transaction descriptors, a neutral mirrorable registry, ERC 8176 for auditor attestations built on the Ethereum attestation service, and ERC 8213 providing cryptographic fingerprints. The Clear Signing Working Group members include Ledger, Trezor, MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Cypherin, Fireblocks, Zama, and Sourceify. The group's guiding principle is what you see is what you get. ERC 7730 descriptors map contract function calls to readable intents and field rendering instructions, converting raw call data into a readable display. The descriptors are curated by protocol teams, reviewed, and collected in the Ethereum Foundation-hosted registry. Protocols can add support without having to redeploy smart contracts. Brevis released Pico Prism 2.0, the latest rebuild of its real-time Ethereum block prover, achieving a 5.3 improvement, improving efficiency over its predecessor. Pico Prism 2.0 achieves 6.1 seconds per proof, with 99.9% of blocks finalizing within the 12-second slot, running on 16 RTX 5090 GPUs across 2 machines, a quarter of the GPU count required by Pico Prism 1.0. Pico Prism 2.0 brings 4 key upgrades, including a more efficient instruction set, a 2-machine distributed architecture with dynamic load balancing, a faster emulator that compiles programs natively, and a ground-up rewrite of the GPU proving backend. The release meets the Ethereum Foundation's stated real-time proving targets of sub-10-second average latency and hardware costs of under $100,000. Kelp-DAO and Aave have burned the April 18th exploiters RS-ETH on Arbitrum, which was seized during the controlled liquidation of the attackers' RS-ETH collateral positions on Aave. Kelp-DAO says that the 117,000 RS-ETH deficit is being progressively refilled from Aave's Recovery Guardian and Kelp's Recovery Safe into the Layer 0 OFT adapter on Ethereum mainnet. Kelp expects to unpause RS-ETH withdrawals within 24 hours of its first tranche hitting the adapter, after which deposits, redemptions, bridging, and claims will resume as normal. The goal is to ensure RS-ETH remains fully backed across Ethereum mainnet and Layer 2s. On the security side, Kelp-DAO has deprecated all Layer 2 to Layer 2 routes as it migrates to Chainlink CCIP for cross-chain bridging. And lastly, the Aztec Foundation committed 1% of the Aztec token supply to Protocol Guild as part of the Protocol Guild 1% pledge. Aztec joins EtherFi, Tycho, Eigenlayer, Puffer Finance, and Aligned in taking the pledge. The tokens are deposited into the organization's immutable 4-year vesting contract. Aztec is a privacy-first Layer 2 on Ethereum. Knower, its native Rust-like zero-knowledge programming language, allows developers to write smart contracts with programmable privacy. Aztec's contribution will vest to 187 Ethereum core contributors, spanning client teams, research, and coordination roles. Protocol Guild has distributed more than $38 million to core contributors since 2022. In other news, Privacy Pools v2 goes live on the Sepolia testnet, Succinct introduces data confidentiality, and JP Morgan announces a tokenized money market fund. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.